on YouTube. Guess we're
Live,
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 Rob.
live. We
We're,
live.
we're live and we're late tonight. I told everybody in the chat room I had to brush my hair, so sorry it's going to take a little longer.
Yeah, we gotta look good, man. I just cut my hair yesterday, so got it all.
I cut mine like every other day. Dollar Shave Club, hit me up.
Yeah,
Or Harry's or whoever. I don't even care if it's Gillette.
Gillette.
We will do some sponsorships with you because you don't sell amplifiers. What's going on, chat room? Chat room in the hizzy.
Is it the best a man can get?
Yes, that is their phrase.
Oh man, sorry, I'm just looking through the comments here, being a fool.
Me too. I was getting ready to punch up Brandon's, but it's already scrolled past it.
Me too. I was just looking. He was in
Thanks for the
there.
super chat, Brandon. We appreciate it, brother.
He was in there early, man. He
Yeah,
was fooling.
he's making it rain early in the morning or late
Yeah.
in the evening or early in the evening. I don't know what it is, something like that.
Oh, here you go.
Ah,
Oh
yeah.
man, the
That's what
quality has tanked.
that's what you get for putting a 6-inch hole in your desk, Skip. Arrow port in your desk. That's where
Yeah.
your foot goes every night.
Oh man, our dude William Berg.
All right, party people. We about ready to get this show up on the road. We got some news to talk about tonight.
Yeah.
It's Rob's turn to start too. So I know he's been working like 17 hours a day. I'm gonna go ahead and mute and let him do the intro.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's do it. 5, 4, 3, 2. Welcome to 12 Volt Talk, episode 57. Tonight, we're talking about car audio news. What's going on in car audio? It's me, your boy HiFiVega, joined, as always, by my dude, the man, the myth, the legend, Big D Williston. What's up,
There
D?
ain't no myth and ain't no legend, but he's definitely a man. Yes, he is a man. I'm here. Check me out, youtube.com/Big D Wiz. Even though we got rid of Big D Wiz, we could not change the YouTube URL because we've spread it around for the last 10 years. So you can check me out there. But if you search for Wilson Audio Labs or Old School Stereo, you will find me and all my big dummy self. And I had somebody comment today on a video. It was actually funny. He said, "Oh, I finally figured out what Big D stands for." I'm like, "Oh, here we go." And he said it's short for big dummy. I'm like, it only took you people 10 years to figure this out. So yeah, big D is short for big dummy, not what, you guys might think it might stand for. So sorry. Didn't mean to disappoint you or anything, but it is what it is.
And HiFiVega stands for, yeah.
It stands for
Yeah.
Vega that likes hi-fi.
Yeah.
And even though we don't say it much in the States, that's more of a UK thing. He's still hi-fi.
Yeah, man. We like
You
we're
rolling.
liking this. We said it in the 70s. In the 70s it was big, hi-fi. That's what we
That's
all
right.
talked
You
about,
got
man.
you listen to your hi-fi.
Yeah.
Today it's listen to your, what, iPhone X or your Samsung Galaxy Note 17.
I mean, I listened to all my car audio videos with the stock iPhone speakers. I just assumed everybody else did as well. I
Well,
love my bass demos like that.
we kind of have to assume that, Rob,
Yeah.
because you bring a good point. Because how many times we get comments from people that say, "I can't hear the bass in your music." What are you listening to it on? On my phone. You got earbuds? No. What do you think the frequency response of your phone speakers are? It's probably like what, 300 hertz to probably 6,000 if you're lucky.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You should be able to I heard bass on the other one.
Hey, guess what? I have this special tool from Audio Control called the DMRTA. Guess what I can do? I can tell you what the frequency range of your phone is. Sounds like
That's
a
a
good video.
good video idea. There you go.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh man, I just gotta before we get into the topics. Our dude Bobin, Willie King Williston.
I
There you
like
go.
it. Boy, let me tell you something, Bobin. I have been drooling. I have been looking. I have been trying to figure out a way to do it. But on Planet BMX, they have a 29-inch version of a GT Pro Performer. I'm thinking about it, man. It's like $729. I want it so bad. Just a video of me riding a wheelie, and it should be expensed, right? For my videos.
Yeah.
I do a review on the 29-inch GT Pro Performer.
But what happens if you get hurt? That's a very good possibility.
Oh man, I got skills. What you talking about?
Yeah,
You get hurt.
I seen you had skills like 20 or 30 years ago for sure.
I still got the wheelie skills, brother. Willie King Williston. I'm gonna use that one, Bobin. I'm gonna use that one moving forward. So let's get on to the news. We have been blabbing enough. Welcome, chat room, here to our live show on youtube.com/12etalk with our new fancy StreamYard software. So you can see me and Rob at the same time. You know who we are. We coming to you live tonight. A little bit later, but we're here. We're going to talk about some news tonight. Before we get started with the news, I did want to say something real quick, something we just found out from yesterday. And I know a lot of you who were into cars know who this person is. Jessie Combs. She was on Motor Trend and Power Block and even back, I think, on the Nashville network. It's been that long ago when it used to be TNN. Is that right, Rob? Was she there that long ago?
I think I don't remember that in particular, but I do remember her on the Power Block. That's the first. It was Extreme 4x4, right?
Yeah, she was on that one and also on like the All Girls Garage and a few other shows. But yeah, so she was performing trying to beat her land speed record. And what they say, she was in like a 52,000 horsepower fighter jet engine powered land speed vehicle. And yeah, she crashed yesterday and unfortunately passed away. But that's a bad story. Here's a closer picture. Guys may be able to see that and know who she is, but you can look it up. We'll leave a link in the video description. It's like Rob and I were talking about before the show, man. It's like we're hearing too much news about people passing away, man. It's sad.
Yeah, man. It happens. Especially the older you get, the more it happens. And
she was only 34, 35, something like that. She was way too young. So on to let's talk about a little bit of car audio news. And some of these things have been covered in some of the other podcasts. We're still going to talk about them because we've got a different spin. First off, we're going to talk about Sundown Audio. And I'm going to share my screen again so you guys can see. And I'll zoom in a little bit too so you can see better as well. Those who are listening, unfortunately, we'll just have to describe it the best we can. So Sundown just released the Salt. Oh, my Lord. Look at me. I zoomed way in.
Super zoom.
That's what happens when you don't give it time to refresh. we pulling too much resources here or something. So, yeah, they got this new series amps called the Salt. And it's Sundown Audio low something. Low voltage. I'm not sure. I think it's just low voltage. I was just going to
ask you that.
Yeah, it's an acronym.
It's not for low T, right? Like low testosterone?
I don't think so. I don't think they go for that.
No. But, matter of fact, these are the opposite of that from what we've seen.
Yeah, they're pretty Mac Daddy. So first off, they did something smart, which they designed it as a different color. It's kind of a titanium. Well, from what we can tell by the pictures, we haven't seen them in person, but it's more of a grayish titanium color, which, you know, almost all car audio amps are black or some variation of black with silver. So these will stand out and they look cool. So the other cool thing too is, of course, the tests they've done. These amps, you know, we're showing 5,897 watts at 14.39 volts. So a 4K that does almost 6,000 watts. What do you think that's all about, Rob?
Well, I tell you, there's going to be some people that that get mad because they're going to say, "Wait a minute, why didn't they just call it a 6K amp or a 5K amp?" You know personally when you've done the 3K shootout versus the Orion.
That's right. And we heard a lot of people complain about the Orion that did too much. But the Orion was rated at 12.6 volts. Almost all the other amps in the test were rated at 14.4.
Right.
So the Salt amp is rated at 12, like 12.0 volts. So they say at 12.0 volts, it will do the 4,000 watts, which based on the 14 volts, I seriously would have no problem believing that.
Yeah, for sure. And the titanium looks awesome. I mean, they kind of maybe listen, I'm gonna say it. It's kind of reminiscent of Wolfram, the color.
Yeah, it is a little bit. You're right.
Yeah. So, but I mean, they look cool. Sundown puts out pretty good stuff in my experience, and yeah, I'm not salty about it.
I'm not salty either. I'm excited to see, you know, the 3K deal was a little bit of a debacle. I think they had a little egg on their face because they thought that the amp did a certain amount. It didn't do as much as they thought. They got swindled by their supplier or whatever. But to see them come back with something like this and say, "Hey, we ain't playing around," we're a premium SPL brand, so we're going to show you guys what premium products we can come out with. So I give them thumbs up. I'd
Yeah.
say good job. Now, in addition to the Salt series, they also came out with the full bridge design, which they look kind of similar to the Tar Amps Sound Digital. You can see the components here, very few components inside because it's full bridge design. They the 3K model is selling for $349. Looks pretty tiny. I was going to try to get one in to test it, but I think that Derek Haddock at Sundown's pretty much already tested across the board anyway, so I wouldn't need to do it. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's got, thank you, 1-aught inputs instead
Yeah.
of freaking 4-gauge. So that's cool. And again, it's neat to see that they noticed the market and said, "Hey, we want to provide what people want. They won't save a little money, still get a 3,000 watt amp. Then here you go."
Yeah, and that one was actually way more interesting to me because the fact that it's $350 for 3K, that's a little bit more than you'd pay for the comparable Taramps or Teramps, however you say it. But it has 1-aught inputs. It's thought out maybe a little bit better, I think, for our car audio market in the US. And I think you may have a little bit better time with the warranty versus the Teramps with it overall.
Yep. Yeah, the Tar Amps 3Ks, you can get those for under $200 now. So they've dropped, dirt cheap. But like you said, it's hit or miss. I've had a couple of them, haven't had any problems with them, but they just seem fragile. I mean, just adjusting the potentiometers, they feel kind of cheesy. But anyway,
Well, plus
Sundown's get
you're putting if you're gonna put some reducers in there to try to run 1-aught, I mean, you're adding on top of you're asking for disaster at that point.
yeah, and it also makes the installation more complicated because you have to have that additional footprint to be able to add the reducers, right? So
Right.
just having them built in is much better all the way around. The other thing they have released is these X series. Well, they haven't released them yet, but the X series components. Have you seen these, Rob? Talking
Oh,
about
man.
Drool City.
Yeah,
Woo!
those things look sweet. Now, who knows what they're gonna sound like, but as far as looks goes, they got it, man. They got the carbon fiber cone, the tweets just sitting there just looking like a treat.
Yeah, that's exciting stuff right there. I this show is not sponsored by Sundown, by the way. We're giving them love because they're coming out with new stuff and they're showing it off and not holding back. And you know, yeah, so I give it to them. I think it's exciting. It's always exciting to see new products, but it's also exciting to see a company that is obviously taking their profits and reinvesting in research and development to come out with new products. And that's always good for the community to, keep things on the upswing,
Yeah,
make
for
people
sure.
happy.
Yeah.
So then the one other thing I'll talk about them is the new SA series. Rob, have you noticed they've already actually dropped the price of the current SAs in trying to get to it. There's the SA 18 in anticipation of being switched out to the version dot 2 version. And I don't know, Rob, if you saw this. I'm trying to find the picture of it. And I apologize to everybody who's watching on YouTube and seeing me scroll. But tell me, do you see that 18 right there? Tell me what 18 that looks like to you just from the front and probably from the back. Does that not look like an 18W6 JL?
A new one?
No, the old school ones.
Yeah, it does. The basket's a little bit different, but yeah, it does kind of look like it with the slugs, the 3 slugs, and
just the way the cone on the front and everything looks too. To me, it was like,
yeah,
man, I was like, that looks like an 18W6.
that's
But
a a throwback.
it's a sweet looking sub. But yeah, so there you go. Sundown got their
Yeah.
love for today, but they got some cool stuff coming out. So we're always excited to see what's up.
And
Jason Zemer, thank you, sir.
And we missed our dude Brandon Hanna. I can see it in my HiFiVega chat, but I cannot see it in our chat to pop it up. So thank you, dude. I don't know what's going on. YouTube's hating on you.
Yeah, we have a limited number of comments here before they roll over. I think it's like 100 or something, and once it gets to 100, we don't see the older ones. So we'll try to catch you sooner next time, brother. So what we got next? Audio control.
Yep.
And those who are watching are going to be able to see my screen again. And actually, when we had Chris Bennett, a couple months ago, he actually talked about this. So even way back then, about their new high-powered 5 channels that are coming out. And Rob and I both are fans of 5 channels. And this one is called the 5.1300. There's an LC version and a D version. And if you guys aren't aware of the differences, the D version has got the DSP and everything built in. The LC version has got some adjustments built in for crossovers and everything, but doesn't have the digital crossover mechanism that you can connect in and do all the different adjustments like you can with the D series. I haven't seen pricing yet, Rob, on these, but I would estimate based on some of the other pricing, it's probably going to be around what, 1,200 to 1,400 or so. I might be a little high.
I think it's probably going to be around 1,000 to 1,100. If I had to guess for the street prices I'm talking about on the LC model, and maybe $1,400 for the D model.
Yeah, because I think the D series 6.1200 is right at $1,000.
Yes.
So yeah, that would make sense. It would probably be a couple more hundred than that. And I don't think he gave us, and it doesn't tell us here exactly what the sub channel does, but I think when we talked to Chris, he said it was going to be somewhere around 1,000 watts just for the sub channel. Realistic power. I'm not sure what it's actually rated, but with it being rated a 5.1300, they usually refer to that 1300 as the watts. The 5 is the number of channels, so you can divide it up somewhere probably like 100 by
75
4
by 2 or
yeah,
75,
or 75 by 4 plus your 800 or so by 1.
And to those people making new 5 channels, like, give us 100 watts by 4 minimum. Like, I want 150, but 100 watts by 4 would be, even if it costs a little more.
Yeah, you're right.
We won't.
Give
We
it
don't.
to
We
us.
don't. Might not use it all, but I want it there in case I need to use it on my mid bass. And
We need the headroom.
yeah. Well, I mean, who doesn't want to run 150 watts to their tweets, right?
Exactly. You can always turn it down.
Or just stagger the output. There's a I don't know if you follow Moscone very, very much, but they've got a very nice amp that runs about 2K, but it's got staggered output for the front. I think does like 100 watts by 2, and then the rears do 180 by 2, and then obviously the sub channels somewhere like 6, 700, 800 watts.
What was the? I'm just drawing a blank right now. But what was the brand that gave you the option of doing like it would redirect power? What amp? What model is that? For some reason, I cannot think. It's not Infinity, but there's a recent line of amplifiers that they let you redirect more power to some of the channels. Do you remember that brand? Gosh, that's
I
driving me
don't.
crazy.
Somebody in the chat's got to know. So now what is it? Do you have to like swap some fuses over or something, or split
It's a
switch?
switch,
Or...
and I see Dean Phoenix Gold. Thank you, Dean. Phoenix Gold is the one that has it, and I wanted to hit them up so bad to test one of those and show that power shift. You the man. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And Dean actually talked to them about. I think he talked to Jeff. I think it was Jeff Smith, and they discussed that before. And I was like, man, that is something that really needs to be understood of how cool it is if it works the way they say it does.
And that's much like the what was it that the ESX amp that had all the where it would flip a channel to do like a true bridge mode, the Q series. And so it kind of flips all the transistors to one channel to do like a true bridge. So
Oh, that's cool.
something like that.
Something
What
like
about
that.
what about Orion? What do have they come out with anything new 2019? What's going on?
Dude, I don't know. What is up with Orion? They haven't even got the 3K SPLXs back in stock. They've been out of stock for like 6 months or something.
And
I
now
don't.
Orion makes their own amps, correct? Like they
They
own the factory, right?
they do. According to my contact at Orion, they do have their own factories over in Korea. That's where most of the amps are made. They do have some Chinese factories too for the lower end models, but man, I thought for sure the way those HCCA amps, the SPLX, especially the 3K when I tested, how well it did and how many people wanted that thing. And it's been like, I thought, let's see, we're in August now, and I thought they told me back in March or April that they were getting some in. And I'm like, I still haven't seen them. What is up with that? How
Maybe
can you not give to people what they want?
yeah, especially if they got the money. Were they
Yeah, now
hiding them?
I did hear they're jacking the price up a little bit. I think they were
Uh-oh.
$6.99 before for the 3K. Now they're going to be $7.99.
Was that like
So
that ain't a tariff thing? They're a Korean factory, right?
yeah, it's not a tariff thing. I don't know. Obviously, I think it's a supply and demand kind of thing.
Yeah.
But again, if people be demanding it, why don't they be supplying it?
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, don't
So
let these
yes,
fools with the Korean amps talk to you about tariffs because they're lying.
they're lying. They're lying out of their teeth.
Maybe not. Maybe they get some kind of parts from China, but still.
They could. So they did tease on their Facebook page about the HCCA H.1X, okay? And they claim more than 25,000 watts at 1 ohm
Yeah.
and linkable if you need more than 60 watts or stable to 18 volts. They claim it's the biggest 12-volt amplifier ever made in the history of the car audio industry.
Yeah. I think they might be right. Or unless
What about the
Drag King.
30K? What about the 30K from Tar Amps is available right now?
But how much power does it do?
I don't know. I don't know if anybody can test it.
Yeah. So
I think that's a big, bold claim, but hey, I don't know. Supply the people to 3Ks and then worry about your old 25K
yeah.
because there are not going to be many of those that are going to be sold. But the smaller amps, smaller, 3,000 watts, they're going to sell a lot more of those.
And the one that is sold is gonna kill somebody. They're gonna touch two wires together. It's gonna be like the JBL situation. They're gonna have to have all kinds of warnings on there.
They're gonna light up. But yeah, dude, I'm really disappointed to the fact that they did really well in the 3K shootout. They got really hyped up. A lot of people wanted their stuff, and it's all of a sudden like, phew,
Yeah.
what's up with that, dude? When people want your stuff, that's when you want to have available. This ain't Nintendo.
Yeah.
This ain't video games.
They say absence makes the heart grow fonder. So maybe that's the plan.
Absence is gonna make people spend money somewhere else.
Yeah, you ain't lying. They're gonna be buying up them Wolfrons like, well, this amp does 6K for $600, $700, and this Wolfram's doing over 3K for 250. So
Yep. I just don't understand that. If I hear anything else from my contact there, Ryan, I'll let you guys know. But for right now, I'm just like, what is going on? I don't understand. But that's why we're not in the industry. We're on the outskirts looking in, and we can make these statements because we don't know, the boat got stuck between here and Korea or something. And I don't know, the sundown people jumped on the boat and stole all the Orion amps. I don't know. I'm making it up.
We actually don't care what happened.
we don't care.
Criticize you.
That's right. We're here to make fun of you because you ain't got no amps available for sale.
We're gonna clown on you. You ever heard of Janks? That's what we do.
That's right. Y'all in trouble. Yeah. So next up, Savard. Unfortunately they didn't have a lot of. The only thing they have listed right now is they're talking about making available the dual 4-ohm versions of their HiQ subs. Because right now they just have D2s. But I did see a hint from Mr. Keith Payne about the rap series and them doing like 8s, 10s, 12s, 15s, 18s in the rap series. He said they'll be out soon. So that's exciting. Killer.
Yeah, Keith Payne, I've been chatting him up to quite a lot. He's going to do something cool, and I hope he makes it to the meet. That'll be fun.
Oh, that'll be awesome. Speaking of the meet, we did talk about this before. Sometimes I don't feel like I'm talking about it enough on my channel or on Old School Stereo's Facebook group, but we have secured the location and the date for the fall OSS meet. And it's, tell me the town again. Is it Ennis?
No, it is
Scurry, Texas.
Yeah.
Go to, I guess, just do a search for Old School OSS, Fall OSS 2019 in Facebook, and you should find it. And yes, Big D did not break the Savard vehicle. Thank you, Jason.
I think we had Will on here, and he confirmed it. That's all I'm going to say.
It's a lie. People will lie to cover up their own tracks. It happens a lot.
Is that happening right now?
That it's happening.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is happening on the left side of the screen, y'all.
Not right now. Not right now. So moving on, since we're trying to be hoodwinked here by Mr. Vega, what about some kicker L7Ts in the house?
Oh man, those are dope. I know a lot of people hate the square subs, but those thin L7s, I mean, I don't know, man. They're looking good to me.
I'm digging.
Yeah. Kicker, holler at me.
Holler Kicker. I want to try some of these too, man. Wow. Yeah. They look impressive.
They just recently lowered the prices on all their stuff, which was awesome, and now they're coming out with some new things. I mean, I'm feeling it, man.
Yeah, a lot of us older guys, quote unquote older guys, we don't want to fill our vehicles up with speakers, especially the ones we drive every day. You have to have room to put stuff. So being able to have some thin mount subs, seal box, get some good bass, and still have room to throw my golf bag that I don't ever use in there, groceries, and whatever else I want to throw in the trunk.
Yeah, man.
Going next month. Hey, Dean. Next month is, dang. So I'm trying to go in October. to
Yeah.
kicker. Nobody knows I'm trying to go, but yeah, I'm trying to go before the OSS meet. Shh, I
Yeah.
didn't say that.
Yeah, Dean, if you're going on a weekend, holler at me, man. I'll drive up there, hang out. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I was invited a while back. I just hadn't had a chance to go, but I'm hoping I can make it work that week.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. I want to make it like a day trip video type thing, like a adventure video. That'd be fun.
Yeah, if I can work it out during the week, I'll go with you because you haven't lived till you see the wall of solo barracks. Pretty cool.
I'm excited about it. So the next part, well, before I talk about the Amazon bestsellers, I did want to say something for Jonathan Price. Okay, I put a note here. Down for Sound is killing it. Absolutely killing it. They keep adding new products all the time. He gets exclusive deals a lot of times for online. And I think with Crossfire, with Sundown, there's a few other companies where he's pretty much got the amplifiers locked down. I know they sell subs at other places online, but my thing to you, Jonathan, is set up an affiliate network. Affiliate network would allow people like me and Rob to send people to you to buy stuff, but then we get a little kickback. And I'm telling you, man, it would increase the sales tremendously, help out the whole community, and obviously help us out too. Because I don't want to truly send people to somebody if I'm not really getting anything kickback, right, Rob?
Yeah, I mean, it's nice. It's a way to help support the community for sure, and like you said, it would help him as well. And I, you know what, JP, man, he's a he hustles. So I imagine that if this was brought up to him, he might consider it.
Yeah, I mean, understanding how that works, and in a lot of cases, Rob and I have talked about this before, but we actually base a lot of our video content on things that we can link to. So it's not that we're locked down to only certain products, but when I go to Amazon and I can buy an amp and test it, and it's actually a good seller on Amazon and all that, and then leave a review, doesn't matter if it's good or bad review, it's still things that are selling well on Amazon. And so many people shop on Amazon. I can link to Amazon, it's affiliate link, so I get like a 1% or whatever they buy, and it benefits the people who make the video, like us, because we don't make much money just on the video itself. We gotta have some kickback, and we don't charge people for reviews. Like, we don't do that yet, and I don't want to do it, because then that kills your unbiased part, right? Because if I charge Kicker $2,500 to make a video,
Yeah,
it's going to be an ad. It's not going to be a big dummy video. It's going to be an ad. And honestly, if I had to feed my family, the community's already said it's okay for me to do stuff like that. I'm trying to stay away from that as long as possible, so that that whatever I say is coming from me and not from somebody paying me to say it.
yeah.
But it's tough, right, Rob? Because I mean,
Yeah.
we're trying to grow, and honestly, the way we're doing it right now doesn't really facilitate a very fast growth, because you're relying on view count, you're relying on links to places where you get commission, and it's not as lucrative as some of the things that can be done otherwise.
Right. I mean, there's so much. It's maybe because we're in a much nicher community, and it's something that we're still building this community. We're trying to kind of bring everyone together. And I think once we do that, we'll kind of get the manufacturers starting to be more on board. And at that point, that's when we can maybe kind of help each other out, all the way around.
Yeah, it's tough. I've told this story before, but we've talked to people before that have worked with magazines, and I'm like, how did you guys, and I know in a lot of cases, they actually wouldn't write the reviews. They would have a third party person do the product reviews and stuff like that, and it would just be something that goes in. But again, if just bringing up a brand, Soundstream bought a 2-page ad, and then they have what was his name, Joel Cohen or whoever, do a review of a Soundstream product. If it was not a positive, favorable review, they're probably not going to post it because they know that Soundstream is paying them for ads to put in the magazine, and they're not going to have a review that's not positive. And it's not that I even want to do videos that are not positive, but I don't want to hold back because of being paid.
And well, that's the reason why bigger publications like that, and this has been discussed in the video game industry as well, they have a separation between marketing and editorial. It's separated so they have no interaction in between what you do and don't publish. Now, in the late 90s in magazines, ethics were
Questionable.
questionable at best, but that comes into us. That's like a YouTube argument that people have had with YouTubers as well, because we're one man shows. On this show we're a 2-man show, but on our channels we're one man show. We handle the marketing, we handle the social media, we handle the editing, we're the lighting guy, we're the on-screen talent. Yeah, we're everything.
Yep,
so
that's true. And there's some comments I wanted to put up here. No need for corporate sponsors when your fans are supportive. I mean, that goes without saying, but we also don't want to be the ones that are asking all the time for people to, send us money, help us out. But, honestly, if we're trying to make good here, make a living doing this, we're going to have more support. Let's see. Here's another one. The YouTube algorithm is a pain. It's hard to get views. Yeah, I mean, it's true. It is so true, especially when you're starting out, DIY audio guy. It is difficult to, I mean, you think about, and I don't even know recently the number. They talk about it, and they update it about once every 6 months, but they say how much content is uploaded every minute to YouTube. And I think the last statement I heard was something like 60 hours of content is uploaded every minute. So just think about the competition that you have for getting eyeballs when you have 60 hours every minute, which it may be over 100 hours a minute now. And it just boggles my mind that to think that you even get people watching your content when there's that many. That again is what helped with the subscribers. You don't make more money with more subscribers, but you have more chance that Joe Schmo who subscribed to your channel is going to see it and then maybe watch your video. But it's tough.
So outside of our tangent here, why why would you test a Boss Audio Riot 1100 M amp at $50? Well, why?
Yeah, that's a good question. And the reason I will test it, and I actually purchased it, is because it is the top seller on Amazon for amplifiers. $55. And yeah, it sells like hotcakes. I don't know how many they sell a day, probably 500 of them a day. There's a reason people are buying them, obviously because they're cheap. But, my whole thing is people have short-term memory loss, right? So before, the AR-1500M was the best seller. I bought one of those, did a video, showed people it did 120 watts or 150, whatever it was. All of a sudden, that one dropped off the chart. Well, this one, it's a different Boss. So I'm sure it's so much better. But a lot of people buy it. They need to know the truth, right, Rob? Don't you need to know?
That's the main reason. Like we talked about the affiliate links is kind of a side thing, but really, when you're when you're buying these type of amps, you're wanting to see if people are getting ripped off, and you're wanting to put it out there because you, like you said, you always go and leave a review. And I don't think you can link your videos, can you? No. So you always leave a review and then you kind of, add some pictures and stuff in there. And so people aren't getting ripped off. I think you add the results in there, don't you?
I do. I usually put the dyno sheet. They'll allow that in there, but you can't mention YouTube. You can't mention websites. You can't mention anything. But if I leave the little thing in there, it's actually got my YouTube channel, and that they've not taken that down because it shows all the results. But it is helpful. People need to understand. I understand not everybody watches. We sold them. They don't break. That is so true, because you guys, if you don't remember my 1500-watt AR 1500 video, that was what I was trying to do. I tried to load it down as low as I could to make it blow up. And the only way I could get the thing to fry was, remember, I dropped the copper.
Made it rain on there, just little.
Made it rain, and it threw a couple sparks. But then even people said after that, they said, well, you probably just blew the fuses, and you probably didn't even really blow the amp. And honestly, I didn't even check to test the fuses and see if it still works. Those things are freaking rock solid.
Yeah,
they just
100
work.
watts.
I'm not going to tell you how much it is. You can probably guess, but it ain't no 1100 watts. I can tell you that. I've already tested it. It'll probably be the video this weekend. But it's but it's got a remote base knob. It will power a subwoofer, and it's $55 shipped.
Yeah. Hey.
How do you compete against that?
Yeah.
That's why it's a top seller.
It's a top seller. It's a bestseller.
Bestseller. So speaking of bestsellers, I also got some of the other bestsellers, and I've actually got to add this one here to my screen because I didn't prepare very well. But the next one is the Rockville. This is the most popular car audio subwoofer right now on Amazon. The number one bestseller is what they call it. It's the Rockville RW10CA. It's an 800-watt slim, low-power active subwoofer. They say it's 200 watts RMS, which I don't know if that's CEA-rated RMS or if that's peak RMS. I don't know. It's probably a 100-watt amp, honestly. 100 watts with the 10. But yeah, 121 bucks, and this thing is selling like hotcakes.
Is that a down-firing subwoofer?
No, it's an under seat.
Like an under seat?
Yep.
Oh, they put a video out for it, didn't they?
No, well, they might have, but I tell you what they did put a video out about is the one that goes in the spare tire well. Did you see that video?
That's one I'm thinking of.
That one actually looked really cool.
Yeah.
And that one's on the top 10 list, I think, still. And it's like 180 bucks. It's kind of pricey for a budget subwoofer.
Oh, Dean said he put 2 of them in a truck, so I'm kind of surprised.
Oh wow.
There
you go.
But the spare tire subs, someone could do that really well, but the ones I've heard thus far are not great. They're not great. So,
well, a lot of the newer cars don't even have spare tires, do they?
The little bitty ones, I believe.
Oh, yeah, I think a lot of them just come with the tire gel or something. They don't even come with spares anymore. So we've talked about the best-selling amplifier, the best-selling subwoofer. What about the best-selling mids and highs?
I can't believe this. I see what you got up there. Guys, don't buy these. Don't buy these.
Woo! You mean you wouldn't go with these 16-way 6.5 Boss speakers?
No, I would not.
$20.99.
I'd use my factory speakers instead of spending a penny on those.
It's got 3-way clarity though, Rob.
Yeah.
Don't be a hater.
No, don't buy those. They're garbage.
It's got a high temperature voice coil. It has a compact footprint.
And Derek's going to leave his affiliate link below for you guys to click on these. He's going to make 0.2 cents off each purchase.
Yeah, I'm like Rob. Don't buy these, please. don't. I don't even want your money. I don't even want your 0.2 cents. Don't buy those. But a lot of people are buying them. That's why they're one of the top sellers. Okay, so head unit, Rob. I know you've probably already seen the document here, but were you surprised to see which head unit was their best seller?
No. Hey, you know what? Boss doesn't care, man. You can approach them they're gonna do what they do, and obviously it's working. Whatever they're doing is working, so I can't hate on them for that. But yeah,
You know,
he's
it looks. I mean, this head unit actually to me looks pretty dang sweet.
yeah.
I mean, it's got the dancing LED lights. It looks like an upgraded version of the Blau Punk. Hey, Dean or anybody in the chat room, have you guys installed one of these 616 UABs?
What's the
They're
price on that? I can't see.
$30, $29.99.
Okay. Yeah, and you know what? It does look a lot like the Blaupunkt. It's within the same realm, I guess.
Yeah, it's got an aux on the front, USB, Bluetooth,
Here you go.
0.05 volt pre-outs. I love
No,
it.
that's life. That's word right there. He ain't lying. Our boy Rick's going to sleep. He don't like the boss, man. They're
He ain't
not
the
boss
boss.
in his book.
I got to get one of these too and try it. Dean says nope. He's like, move on to the next thing.
Oh,
So
I tell you, I
anyway,
got that big 5-channel boss. I'm gonna test that thing. We'll see. We'll see what it does. It looks cool.
it does look cool.
Uh-oh. What am I doing? I'm clicking the wrong ones. There we go.
Dual makes one. Yeah, back when I bought the Blaupunk, I bought a dual and I think a nicer version of a Blaupunk too, but it's like one of those things, you know, like, yeah, I'm gonna do that video, and they sit in a box. Cause I do something different because I changed my mind. I'm like shifting gears. I'm changing to a different gear and I want to do it.
Yeah, well, and
So
what happens is you plan out this big extravagant video, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get all this stuff, and you're like, wait a minute, this is gonna take like 10 hours to set up, not including whatever time it takes me to film it, and yeah,
true
you're like,
that.
I need to video up for Sunday or Monday or whatever.
Yeah, we're limited in our time frames to do videos. So I would love nothing more than to be able to spend several days working on one, but I just can't do it.
One day we will.
You know, I didn't talk about it here, and I can't know if I remember the model number. Maybe Dean remembers the new Pioneer. It's a 5 something. Is it a 512? It's it's like a mini version of the 80 PRS, and it's only like $119. It's a MBH 512 or something like that. Is that what it is?
I haven't kept track. So it's got the DSP built in.
No, but it's got 3-4 volt pre-A outputs on it.
Wow.
And it has the app functionality, so you can use the app with it. Crap. I can't remember the model number, but actually Mazda 2284 did a video about it, and he talked about it. He actually likes it. And I bought one of those. I was going to do a video on it too. I just haven't done it yet. But yeah, plans and you know what actually works out and transpires are two different things.
Yeah.
But
you
that
got
one,
so.
I mean, for $119, if it does all the things he says it does, and if it's clean output and all that, I mean, that's a pretty good deal for a quality head unit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's a good comment too, Rob. The 7909 is still the best signal source 30 years later. Makes you think. So do you really think the 7909 is the best signal source 30 years later?
If he said the Clarion DRZ, I'd agree. The 9255. Yeah. Their technology's dead. Like they're coming out with new stuff, but they're not just totally changing the game. They're throwing a small DSP in there. I mean, they're not innovating.
And here's why.
Yeah.
Head unit sales are dead. This is a man that works in the industry and installs stuff every day, and he can't change out that infotainment system that's a 10-inch model that controls everything in the car. So I'm not replacing the head units anymore. I'm just integrating with what I got.
Yep.
And that's
what it is.
The days of us being able to pop out the DIN size or the double DIN and snap it in, unless you were going to buy an old car, They just ain't going to happen.
And that's why the 80PRS is how many years old, and it's still $260 or whatever it is. I mean, that
Yeah,
thing's old now.
it's pretty old. In
Uh,
fact, I think the user manual talks about an iPhone 5, and we're already at iPhone 10s.
yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
old.
And they may have been talking about something in the future. Who knows?
That's true. They may have been planning. They may have been
Yeah.
planning for that September announcement, right?
Yeah. And they had the old square iPhone 4, and they were like, "Yeah, there's going to be an iPhone 5. Let's
You
put it
know,
in there."
the video that I just did about the MVX mini amps. I don't know if you noticed, but the picture they have of their MVPA1 that came out a few years ago,
Yeah.
they actually have an iPhone 5 beside
Next
of
to
it
it.
because
Yeah.
they're showing the size, and I'm like, here's a modern day phone, and here's that amp, and they're about the same size dimension
Yeah.
wise. Like they need to update their picture,
Yeah.
but since that model's discontinued, it doesn't really matter. But
And the thing that's crazy is, I guess we get used to it from tech. Every year there's something out, but it's not going to be like that in car audio. It can't really be like that in car audio as bad as we want it to. Not until we grow more as a community, I guess, or a market.
that's what makes us excited about seeing the Sundown, the
Yeah.
Savard, all the stuff that's coming out because we don't get a lot of new cool stuff, and with Pioneer being purchased by weren't they purchased by that Chinese company not too long ago?
Right. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah.
Yeah, who knows where they're going to go in the future.
Yeah.
Dean already said head unit sales are dead. It's kind of disheartening because once the source units go away, then you're talking all about integration, and I don't know, it takes away a lot of the fun, especially for those of us who don't do it every day that want to
Yeah.
try to update a system.
Yeah. But we just got to we got to watch some of those 5-star videos and figure out how we're going to integrate with it. Don't you guys think it's crazy that someone asked a question on live stream and Dean and Fernando know the exact model number? Like, and this isn't like 80 PRS. This is like DRZ 511643 Skosh. Uh, it's just it could be something random. They know every number.
Yeah, and like the little adapters too that they need
Yeah.
for speaker rings or whatever. They say, "Oh yeah, it's a Skosh, blah 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 blah," and just calls it out and throw it to me, Fernando. And yeah,
Oh
but I
man.
mean, hey, do it every day. You're working in the stuff. It's like working in a nut or bolt factory. And all the different threads and all that stuff. You know the difference between a nut and a bolt, which I don't apparently, but.
Not anymore, anyways, huh? So what? We're closing in our hour. I guess I should mention about something we haven't asked about in a while, and getting iTunes reviews on or Apple Podcast reviews. That really helps if you guys are willing to do it. Google reviews, Spotify reviews. Let's just review the place up. If you're thinking about it, you're listening on the audio podcast now. Pause it for a second and leave us a quick review.
Sorry, I was
Surprise
paused.
look. Surprise look on
You,
Derek's
you have
face.
you have to you have to unpause it now so I can keep
Yeah.
talking because I'm like max headroom here.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do appreciate all the reviews, and our subscribers are going up slowly for this channel, but they are going up. View time is about the average, about the same. For some reason, I keep forgetting on my channel to put our little ad, but I talked to Rob about it. I said I noticed when I was looking at my on YouTube, when you look at your audience retention, you can see when people watch a video and then when they stop watching. I don't know how many when I had the 12 volt talk, it's only like a 10-second ad where we talked about what 12 volt talk was. As soon as that ad came up, people dropped out.
I clicked off.
They clicked off. They're like, well, they thought the video was over, which it wasn't, because I always kind of
Yeah.
like you do. I added it into a part before we get into something interesting.
Yeah.
But we're going to have to do a different way and maybe show people a segment of what we're doing right now so they can understand, it's not just talk, but we're actually showing things and we're engaging with the community and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're hoping it'll grow. We've had some really good guests. We got some good ones planned. We're just doing it for fun right now. It's a lot of work, on top of everything else we do, but we enjoy every Wednesday night that we can to be here with you guys in the chat room. Super engaging chat room is man, I missed it again. Y'all,
Yeah,
Jason, you rock, man. We appreciate the feedback, and live is fun.
yeah,
Yes, speaking to the man that does like 17 videos a week.
yeah. You should be sleeping right now. He's probably editing a video or doing something in the shop. So you got any picks for the week? I've got a bunch.
I'll let you go first.
All right, so let's start with these. Our dude Byron Chambliss sent this. I've got two of them. These will be giveaways for the old school SPL challenge. We didn't talk about it tonight, but we are doing the old school SPL challenge. Check it out on Facebook. That'll be one of the prizes. I've got another thing talking about having Dean in the house. Check that out. Polarity checker. My dude, the third era, sent that to me. I haven't got to use it yet, but I will. Thank you very much. There's one more thing I'm really excited about, and I know you guys are going to be excited about. So, everyone kind of dug the HiQ 6.5 review, and people are kind of feeling that sub. So I was thinking to myself, what sub should I compare to this sub to make people kind of get their attention? So I picked one up. Do we got any guesses first? Any guesses in the chat? Let's see. Yo, check that out. Not sponsored by Sundown. But yeah, I'm gonna build an enclosure for that. We're gonna do a little head to head. Let's see how the high Q stacks up to the legendary Sundown SA 6.5.
Man, we need to sell some segment time because Sundown got a lot of love tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Whoops, sorry. I just killed your.
Yeah, we done it at the same time.
Okay, Travis, thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Christmas video this year.
Yes, we will be doing it.
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
Yeah.
My pick for this week. I don't really have one, but I'll talk about something that I use on occasion, which is I don't know if I've talked about this little Rode mic before, but this one in particular is designed for the iPhone because it's got. I hope you guys can. You probably can't see it in focus.
I can see it. Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a little capsule mic. This one has a lightning connector. It's designed to plug into an iPhone and provides extremely good quality versus just using the internal mic. Now, if you haven't seen the video on YouTube, and I think I've talked about this before, Rob, and I think you've seen it.
Yeah.
It's called the Rode Video Mic Me L review without talking. And what it is it's iPhone Doe is the guy's channel. It's him with this plugged into his phone. He's got it hooked into the end of his guitar so you can see the video of him and you hear only this mic, hear him playing the guitar and hear his wife singing as he's walking around. And it makes you, it's unbelievable. This thing's like $60 and the quality that it allows is pretty outstanding. So I recommend it if you need a decent mic for your iPhone.
Yeah,
$60.
And when we get into to after show, for those of you that just listen to audio only, if you watch us live, we stay on. We talk to the chat room. We do things. We talk about BMX bikes mostly, but other things too. I got a little story about a road mic I'll share in the after chat. So yeah, we say we thank these fine folks that gave us the super chats, and we do the famous Big D sign out.
Do it up.
All right, man. Thank you. Brendan Hanna hit us up super early. William Berg, Byron Chambliss, Skip01, who says he'll put $100 in the super chat once he sees the Willie. Brandon Hanna hit us up again. Jason Zemer, Jesse Strand, 2001 Monolithic 3 times. making it rain. He's the dude. Jason Zemer again, thank you. Travis McClendon, thank you. And Jason Zemer again, thank you guys. Rick Quattlebaum hits us last minute. Oh man, it's like the Hail Mary pass. Right at the end of the game, 99 yards.
Woo! Like Ric
Boom.
Flair says,
Yeah.
woo! Skip, I'm gonna give you your wheelie. Now, if I get $100 and I'll get closer to getting that GT Pro Performer 29-inch I was talking about.
There you go, man.
I can do the wheelie, but I can wheelie better than you can dunk. We'll put it to you that way.
I'm gonna need some strong inner tubes.
Yeah. High pressure.
Yeah.
So cool.
Oh,
Everybody, again, thanks for joining us. As Rob already mentioned, if you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or however you're listening to it, we urge you, if you can, I know everybody can't do it every week, in your free time, in your spare time, because they're always on YouTube, go to youtube.com/12etalk. You can check us out there. You can watch us share our screen. You can skip around. We try to update the videos when we can to give you links to certain parts of the video. We don't always do it. We're supposed to have somebody who's paid on the side to do that, but nobody has raised their hand so they want to help. So we'll get somebody to help with that. But yeah, check us out there if you can. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And like Rob said before, leave us a comment on whatever platform you listen to it. Let us know what you like, what you don't like. You can't say that you like my hairstyle because that just ain't going to happen. But let us know. We want constructive criticism. We don't know who you guys want us to talk with, who you want us to interview, and we want to keep you engaged. So we appreciate you taking time out to listen to us or watch us. And until next week, Big D and Rob, we're out of here.
Bye.
Later.
Yeah. And if you didn't like this, hit the thumbs down button twice and then hit the thumbs up button. It lets us know that you really didn't like this video.
That's right. It really screws everything up when you hit it twice because it's just like, oh, this thing really sucks.
But you got to confirm it by hitting the thumbs up. That's the only way to confirm it. 2 thumbs down and then 1 thumbs up. I don't know if you guys know that code or not, but
dude, y'all just you better get out your money. I mean, because literally it's dark outside right now, but I can go get the thing out and I can ride a wheelie like all the way up the street.
You better not have a unicycle. Are you gonna get a unicycle? Is that your plan?
No, this is a like almost, it's not a mountain bike. They call it a comfort bike, but it's got front brakes, back brakes. It's got yeah, I can do it.
Yeah,
Last time we went riding, I did it.
I'm at Derek's house every year that I can be for the spring meet. Like, we got to make this happen. We get into some shenanigans, so why not add a wheelie challenge?
I'm gonna do it before then, because if they're throwing up big bucks, I'm gonna do it before. You can still come. You can still come and watch.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do a Healy.
Yeah, y'all go ahead and submit your videos. Put them on YouTube and send us the email at 12etalk@gmail.com. We want to see your wheelies. You can do it unlisted if you don't want to share it with the world. I don't care. I just want to see it. I will share it next week though. I'll show everybody what you're.
There we go.
Yeah, so it's 12etalk@gmail.com. And here, I'll put it up so you can actually see it, because I was going to do this before and dumb me didn't. I didn't do the banners like I was going to do.
We don't do. So while you're typing that up, let's talk about Rode microphones. Let me tell you a little story. You guys sit back, relax. Have you ever been on eBay and you see an item, you're like, this one's $10 cheaper. It's coming from California. Surely, even though every other one listed is $10 more expensive, surely this one's fine. And you get it in and everything looks legit. You got the Rode Video Micro. You're checking it out. Everything looks fine. And the first thing you notice, like, hey, there's some Chinese writing on here. This doesn't seem right, but maybe it is. There's some kind of, there's a serial number just taped on there on the box. That's odd, but maybe it's fine. You go to the Rode website, you check it out. The serial number seems legit. Then you open up and you start looking at the mic. You're like, okay, it's got nice weight. It looks good. And you happen to glance at the serial number on there, but that serial number doesn't match the serial number on the box. Then if you're like a HiFiVega, you start thinking, what's going on here? Have I been duped? Well, you might have known you've been duped when you first seen that you bought the item from California, but it was shipped from China. So, yeah, that's a big ordeal. I just sent a mic back, and I fall for the big dummy move.
So what was the difference in the price, Rob?
Like $10, 10 or $12. And
Yeah.
it was hot. You know what I done? I had it saved in my watch list, but I didn't want to go through that. I just typed it up, seen the first buy it now price, and that one popped up. It said from California. I looked at the seller. Seller had decent, like 98% and I was like, California, buy it now. I always select by US only unless I know I'm getting something from China. So I done that, and yeah, they got him. They got him, and I sent it back, and hopefully I'm getting my money back soon.
I think, Rob, even on the Rode website, they warn you about buying stuff from eBay.
Yeah. I don't read.
Well, even they even warn you about buying stuff on Amazon.
Yeah,
And
I've
they
seen
tell
that.
you make sure you buy it from Amazon, or they list some of the preferred sellers. But Rob and I both use and love Rode products. I showed this one to Ed, I think, when he was here too.
Yeah.
This wireless Go is like $200. This is a fantastic. Used to, you could not get a decent wireless microphone for under $700. And that wireless Go is it's incredible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, man, I'm actually feeling those deity mics though. The D3, that thing's staring at me now. That when I get the money, if I get the money back from my Rode, yeah, maybe I give that one a go. No funds if you wipe out. It should be extra.
Yeah, y'all are what is this comfort bite big way? What do you think, man? I'm like 270 pounds. It's got a big it's got a big seat with the little what you call them springs on it. But yeah, I mean, hey, it's a bike. It's not a wheelie bike. It is a regular bike that you get at Dick's Sporting Goods or wherever it was purchased from. I don't remember.
Like a Think Beach Cruiser, huh?
It's kind of like a beach cruiser, yeah, with front
Yeah.
and rear brakes, and it's got a freewheel. It doesn't have a coaster brake.
Nice.
So, but I can
super
wheelie
tall. Big D is super tall, 20-inch too small. That's no doubt.
it. Oh no, yeah, no doubt. That's why I'm looking at that 29-inch.
Yeah, see, you guys might not know, but it's a good thing that Big Dummy is such a nice and caring guy because he's a big dude. And if he was a bad guy, people would have some problems.
Here we go. I'm gonna show everybody. The one I'm looking at. I know you probably can't see it because the screen's too small. See if I can click on it. What you know about that?
Oh, dude, look at those. That looks like a like an Impala on 26s or something.
Yeah, boy.
Oh man,
that is a throwback to 1986. That's the design of the GT Pro Performers back in '86. It's got the original GT logos and all that stuff.
wow.
This thing is $735. Comes with a free T-shirt. And that's shipped.
Why don't they make the Stranger Things Mongoose in like a 29-inch?
Dude, I don't know, but you can't find those anymore at all. But look, you can get
that
orange too, Rob.
Oh, do they got pink? I don't.
Yes.
I only ride pink Performers, man.
They do have a pink.
Is it the hot pink or is it like a pale pink?
Hold on. They have the pink in a 26-inch, I think, not the 29.
Dude,
they got green too. Look at the green.
Let me ask you. Can they handle 290 pounds?
I'm pretty sure they can. Here, look, they even got the Dayglow pink one on sale, man. It's got your name all over it.
Dude, you think I wouldn't ride it? Shoot, hey, man, I'll ride that thing. Not very fast.
If I thought the 24 was big enough, I'd get the 24 because no, there's 26. I'm sorry, 26. So then there's the question. But see, I like the blue. The green one's okay, but I prefer the blue. That's why I want to get the 29.
Yeah. That's pretty dope.
I like it.
Is Redline doing that as well, or is it just?
Yes. Yeah, no, Redline has got a, let's see, there's a big ripper. I think it's a 26-inch, just a Redline. Let's check it out. There you go. The PL26. That's actually the cheaper one.
Oh, there you go. Oh, that's dope. I like
Yep.
that.
And that one, look, it's even got the original flight looking cranks and stuff.
Dude, and those flight cranks, what were the? I wonder if they're the same. They were like $300. Isn't that what they
Yep.
were?
They were, I think they were 200, but yeah, they were very expensive.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't know about this one is if you remember when you had black rims and you had pad brakes like this, it would always wear out the black and it would change it to a silver. So after a while, it would look bad. That's why I kind of wanted the chrome wheels. And plus, the brakes work better on the chrome too.
But if you done mag wheels and it was just all plastic, then you'd be good.
Yeah, if they put the Skyway, because they've got Skyway, the tough wheels. I think they have them that big. No, they only make them at 24. But yeah, the white ones are on sale, freewheel. But man, yeah, you can have fun going to this. Anybody who likes BMX, if you go to this Planet BMX, and honestly, the retro stuff in BMX right now is huge, more so than the car audio stuff. But yeah, every year Haro does a retro bike, and here you can see here's a 2020 Master. Look at the design. That's like a 1988 or 87 or 88 version that they're kind of doing the retro.
What about like a PK Ripper?
Yes, they call it the Big Ripper.
Oh man, dude, I'm slipping. I should be looking all this up. I'm spending all my time trying to look up new camera reviews and all that type of stuff.
They might, Rob. They might be 24 inches. I don't see them under 26, but I know they have them, and they actually have a big fat tire version of
There you go. Our dude Dudley had a 400-pound friend that broke a tough 2 mag wheel.
Lord. I don't see the Rippers anymore. I thought they were either 26 or 24, but I don't see them listed. Did I miss it? There we go. There's a Big Ripper 29-inch.
How much?
$699.
Ooh, that's sweet though, man.
That is. Look at that. That is sweet, man. Dude. Look, it's even got pegs on the back, so you can do your wheelie. Do your wheelie from the back end.
Yeah, and it's got the little so you don't hurt your boysenberries. You know what I'm talking about. If you rode a BMX, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
We know what you're talking about.
Oh man, does it got bear claw pedals though, so you can destroy your shins?
They look like the kind that if you slip it goes all the way up to your knee.
Yeah, wham. Yeah, that's fun. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you guys got to check that out. I hope did we miss anything in the chat? They're probably like, "What in the heck? These guys keep talking about BMX when we don't care nothing about it."
They like it, man. It is what Dean said. BMX podcast. What are you waiting for?
Maybe Planet BMX has got some affiliate stuff where you can link. And so, I mean, hey, if you sell a couple of those $700 bikes, man, that might help out.
Dude, let's all bring bicycles to the OSS meet and just like have a blast. There's a lot of dirt out there. We could do something.
Now, see, that would be I'd hurt myself.
Well,
I can ride a wheelie and not
hurt. We'd all get hurt. It just happens. Oh man.
Yeah, see, I didn't put my first videos on there. I did some of the show, like Eddie Fiola. You guys remember Eddie Fiola?
Yeah.
Here I'm in. Oh, speaking of that, did you guys see my what'd you guys think of my logo? I know Rob saw it. What'd y'all think?
Yeah, that's cool, man. I like it.
I think it's cool. I think it's really cool.
Yeah. It's like the OSS cruiser kind of just exploded out some sounds, man, some tunes.
Exploding some tunes. Let's see, where's that one?
There you go.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
Was I the only one that wanted those Hutch bear claw pedals that were like, I don't even know. They were so elusive. I don't even think some of the sponsored people could get those.
I don't even know if I remember those. What
Those
grips
were
did you run? What grips did you run?
Amy, and
Were
then
those?
and the mushrooms,
So what'd you use to put them on?
hairspray.
Yep. That's classic, man. You got to use the hairspray. They got
You
this.
got it.
They
You got to
had
get them
stuff
on
for
quick.
it, but the hairspray was the best, man.
You got
I,
to get them on quick, because if you don't, man, you ain't ever gonna
yeah.
get them.
No, you're gonna have to cut them off. You're gonna have to cut them off. And grits were pretty cheap, but I was a Pistol Pete guy. I always rocked the Pistol Pete. I like the way they felt. But if they got a little muddy or dirt, is kind of a problem.
So this is my brother and his friend. They were actually part of a trick team, and I had these yellow. These were Vectors. I had these until just a few years ago, and I sold them to a guy up in New Jersey, and he gave me an obscene amount of money for those bikes. It was just crazy. That's why I let them go.
Yeah.
But what happened to my? I was going to try to find the one where I did the where I did the aerial and got over the 4-foot pole. Oh, there's Mike Schultz. What's up, Schultz?
Dude, so I watched a old video with some vintage lenses, like some you can do like an 8mm adapter to a micro four thirds camera. We got to do your wheelie with something like that and do
Huh?
the retro color grading.
Oh yeah,
That'd be cool.
that'd be cool. I don't know why I can't find this freaking. I thought it was not as old. Oh, there's a cool one too. That was Mike Dominguez's mini truck
Oh
from
man,
back
that's
in the
cool.
day. That's got his old Diamondback. That's when he switched over to Diamondback from Haro. I could not believe that when he switched. Oh, here
Scandal.
we go. Here we go. Now, see, I don't know if this thing.
Wait, who was that? You?
Yeah, that's me. Look at it. That's a
There you go.
4-foot pole. There we go. You
Why
see it?
why didn't you kick your leg out? Did you kick your leg out?
Oh yeah.
There you go. All right. I just had to make sure you're still legit. Oh man. BMX for the win. I'm surprised we're still at 76 viewers, man. we 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 just went full BMX on them.
All right. Sorry. I love watching that. I just watch it all the
Yeah.
time. But that was a
That's like your
86.
that's your Al Bundy thing right there. The
That was an 86 Haro Sport, and I love that bike. And in an 87, I think I sold that bike, and I was able to get an 87. That's the one that had the chrome in the front, black in the front, and then it went from blue to chrome. It was one of the coolest paint designs you ever seen, and that was the 87. This was an 86, but I mean, back then the ramps were 8 feet wide, 8 feet tall.
yeah.
And nowadays you see them on X Games, they're like 40 feet wide. And you see guys riding those smaller. I mean, they do some crazy stuff nowadays, but they don't ride 8-foot wide ramps anymore. They just don't do it because it's crazy to do it.
That's what we had to. We only had a half pipe, and all the neighborhood kids, we all kind of done some work, and one of our buddies' dads built it, but we didn't have no place it wasn't concrete to put it. So we just, if you wiped out, it was bad times.
Yeah, that's no fun.
Yeah.
I just read through some of the comments. 12-volt talk has become BMX talk. Yeah, it's funny. We interviewed Ed. Ed's like, y'all did what? You rode what? Bikes?
Yeah.
No, man, I didn't ride no bike.
He's too busy getting jacked in the gym, posting that vid.
That's right.
Yeah.
Flexing.
We're not. We're flexing our mag wheels, bro.
Flex Luther.
Oh my gosh.
Bringing a camera and film all the old 80s superstars crashing and burning.
Do it, man. Bring that 8mm.
I'm too young for this chat. Yeah, sorry. PK Ripper all day.
Yeah. Mushrooms with hairspray for the win.
See?
Yeah.
Third era goes back.
Oh, here we go. Ramps and
Ramps,
amps.
amps.
Oh, Jesse, he's
Oh,
always got the
dude.
names, dude.
You've got it, man. Ramps and amps.
Oh my goodness.
I came across something when I think I was on YouTube or either Facebook, might have been Facebook, where they had ESPN had an ad, and it was one of the Dave Mira tribute video. It's
Yeah.
like 20 minutes long. Man, that is a really good video. He the things that he did over the years, just incredible. That guy,
Yeah.
he was something else.
Oh, dude, I remember. Yeah, I remember seeing some cool stuff and then playing the video game. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I tell you what, I was so starved for those type of video games. Skaters were our mortal enemies, but I played Skate or Die like nobody's business, man.
Yeah, we
Played
did
Tony
too.
Hawk. Yeah.
We did too. That was fun. Yeah,
There you
he.
go.
I remember back when X Games first started. Matt Hoffman was still pretty big back then, and
Yeah.
see back when I almost was getting out of BMX, Matt Hoffman was just kind of getting into it, and Matt Hoffman, he changed the game too, because the stuff he did, like he did multiple. When he went up to do an aerial, he would do like a no hander and then do a no footer and then do an X up and then land it. And it's like, what did that guy just do? And then
Yeah.
Once Mira started beating Hoffman, it was almost like a wow, here we go. The next phase is already rolling in, because Hoffman was bad to the bone. He was like 14 or 15 years old, and he was killing everybody.
That's when you don't know any better, like how badly you can be hurt. You're just like, I'm going to try this. Although I was one of
Paperboy.
those kids that got scared. Paperboy, there you go. I love that game.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yep. I played the heck out of that game.
So when we went on vacation a couple weeks ago, and Rob and Skip commandeered the show, I took my Nintendo Classic, the little tiny one that I bought. I never even used it.
Yeah.
And I had my daughter was trying to play with me. We were playing Super Mario Brothers. I can still win the game. It's fun because I just remember everything to do. But I even remember the trick on level 3-2, I think, is the one where you can jump up on the
turtle,
and he bounces and
Did you do it?
I did it, and it still works even on that one. And
how many what flag did you get to? What is it? I can't remember.
What do you mean, what flag?
Like, because when you get so many lives, it just turns into flags.
Oh yeah, they changed to like different, like the crown and something else. I don't even remember. I probably had maybe 40 or 50 lives. I don't know. I didn't do it all that much, because what we used to back in the day, we would do it once and then we would die, so you could go back and do it again, and get a bunch more, because your time will eventually run out.
Yeah.
Excite Bike.
That was my favorite NES game of all
That's
time.
on the Mini. And the other thing cool about the Mini is you can hack it and put more games on it, which I haven't done that yet because I just.
Did you play this game?
TNC Surfshock.
Oh,
Yes,
dude.
I did. And Contra, of course.
See, you guys wonder why we get along so famously.
Mm.
We're both huge nerds about everything.
Yep. The video games, the old retro video games, the BMX and the car audio, it all goes together.
I didn't buy the NES Classic because I'm still kind of like mad at Nintendo, but I've thought about it, especially I'm fixing to pick up that Cam Link. I think, will that work with like for streaming for an NES?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. I thought about doing something like that. Me and the boy, we played a bunch of games like on PlayStation. We went through Turtles in Time, played all that. We beat Altered Beast in like 40 minutes. Have you played that game recently?
Mm.
Yeah, we run through it in like 40 minutes. It's the shortest game ever, but it was still fun. Yeah, we played a bunch of them classics.
California Games. Now he says
cool.
on Sega. I remember California. No, it was Summer Games, and it was on. I'm going to age myself here. The Commodore 64.
Oh man!
And that was the one where you hooked up the Atari 2600 stick that only had the analog stick and it had one button, and that was the one you had to shake the analog stick to be able to go faster when the guy was running.
Did you have to put those gels over your screen to get color too, like when you were a kid?
No, we're not quite that old.
Oh man, I just had to get you.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was not good.
you probably didn't play this one, or did you?
Nintendo 64 GoldenEye.
Yep.
Yes, I'd never had a Nintendo 64, but I had a friend that had one, and I did. I love that game. That was so much fun. I
Did
could
you
never win. They always shot me, but I still had so much fun.
did you use a little watch with the bombs? If you were smart, dude, you could win with that every time. Have you ever gotten a fist fight because of GoldenEye?
No, I
Yeah.
was a little older than you, I think, with that. So I
You
was.
know,
It was more of a college thing when we did that.
oh yeah, we were in high school, and you could plug in 4 controllers, and we all took turns, and every time something like, "Oh man, you're cheating, you're cheating, you're cheating." Then next thing you know, the controller gets thrown somewhere down, maybe at the screen, and it's like, "Hey, you want to fight in real life? Do it in real life." Oh my gosh.
Atari 2600. Yep. Commodore 64. Oops, I see the ads are going too quick here. Zelda. Dude, I remember back in middle school when The Adventure of Link was coming out, because that
Yeah.
Zelda was first and The Adventure of Link was second. That was such a huge release, and I wanted that game so bad. And it was like Orion with the 3K DSPLX. Oh, it's coming out. Get your Nintendo Power magazine. And I reading that thing. Oh yeah, it'll come out this month. And then that month came. Went to Toys R Us. Sorry, it's not come out yet. You know,
But
it's
was
back
that the
in
gold cart?
the original Zelda had a gold cart. I can't remember if the Adventure of Link had a gold one too,
Yeah.
but it finally came out. It was like, I think even back then it was still $40, $39.99. Had to
Yeah.
save up for the longest time to get that. That game was so fun.
So you ever had the like the proud father moment where you notice like your kids are picking up some of your nerddom? So Kyle,
Uh, yeah,
I know you
I'll
have. You
say,
have, hadn't you? You haven't?
yeah.
Okay. So my little story is Kyle talks to me yesterday. He's like, "Hey, Dad, I'm thinking about building a gaming PC." He's like, "You want to help me like choose what I should get?" And I was like, "Dude, like I've been waiting for you to say this my whole life. Like, yes, I know everything we need."
Pitfall and Dig Dug for sure.
Yeah. So what you got any quick proud father nerdum stories you want to tell before we sign out?
I Well, I have girls, so it's a little different for me.
Oh
My
my god.
youngest one she does like me to crank it up in the car. I try not to crank it up too much, but she likes to feel the bass. She likes Ariana Grande too, or Ariana
Yeah.
Grande too. So she gets that from me. I guess that's my
Yeah.
proud father moment.
There you go. That's the way to do it. You know, it's funny because Kyle, he don't care about car audio. He doesn't. Well, he wants a system in his car, but he just wants it to be done. He don't want to take part in it. Now Bailey, she helped me do her whole install. She was complaining the whole time once we were done, but she was there. We were doing it. And oh, another proud father moment. She told me she wants more bass. I said, well, I've got like a 15 or 12. Yeah, she's like, yeah, put it in there. I want it to be louder.
Metroid for
Oh, classic,
sure was an
classic.
awesome game. I never, well, the ET one, I never got sucked into that one. I never bought it. I know it was a huge failure, and
Yeah.
they crashed and burned a lot of the games. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, RBI baseball was fun. That was a good
Oh, that
one.
was classic. That one
And
was.
Tecmo Bowl, obviously, for sure.
Oh yeah. Yep. Tecmo Bowl had to play it, man.
What did I miss? Bose. Okay.
There you
Next
go.
time
Next time.
ask me about taking Haley. Oh, ball store. I thought you said Bose. Okay, he
Yeah,
did say
Bose.
Bose.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
with all the stuff Boss is selling on Amazon, they don't need their own store. They've got one.
Yeah.
It's called Amazon.com.
Oh, you know what? And I haven't watched any of Dean's videos from the Boring Life channel. I need to get on that. I'm slipping, man. I'll get on that and I'll watch.
It's hard to keep up with all the good content that's
Yeah.
out there, man. It's like I got an infinite list of old stuff. Rockville Sam's in the
Yo,
house.
yo, yo.
Missed all the fun, all the BMX and retro video game talk.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson's Punch Out. I think I
Oh,
told
dude.
y'all this story when I went to my cousin's house, and I had the code because me and my buddy had already beat Mike Tyson. I went there, and him and all his friends in the neighborhood came over. They're like, "There's no way you beat Mike Tyson." Just like y'all talking about, there's no way you can ride a wheelie. I had to show them, just like I'm gonna show y'all.
Uh, I'm gonna
$100 wheelie coming up.
It's a $200 wheelie.
Is it 200?
Yeah.
Dude, that's gonna pay for like a third of that bike I want to get.
There you go.
I'm hitting that up. I'm gonna get
Yeah.
my daughter. I'm gonna get my daughter to video it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so I've been crazy busy working overtime, and then my daughter had a volleyball game yesterday, and yeah, it's been crazy. But she led the team with 13 kills in the first season opening game, so we're doing pretty good.
Sweet, that's awesome. I don't think I told you. My oldest is getting into volleyball. She's doing a rec league this year.
Oh yeah,
But yeah,
yeah,
she's interested, and she's tall. She's 5'9",
yeah.
and she's only 13. So
That's good.
um, yeah, it's good. So I'm excited
It'll be
to.
fun, man. It's gonna if she starts playing like junior Olympic stuff, be prepared to lose half your life.
Well, she did the dance stuff before, and that was the same way. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, it was all the time.
Yeah, the one that gets me is you go to a tournament on Saturday. You'll have like a 2 or 3 day tournament, and you're there 7 in the morning till 7 at night, 8 at night. And you go into all these cool spots like, oh yeah, we're going to Dallas, we're going to here, and you're inside a convention center eating nachos for $8.
Yep, it's the dance stuff is the same way.
Yep.
She's got two dances. One's at 8:30 in the
Yeah.
morning, and the other one's at 6:30 at night.
Yeah.
Can't I mean you got to be there, so it's like you sit there all day and watch the crowd. Pole position, we forgot pole position. How can you forget pole
Yeah.
position?
That one was fun. What
we got 71 people still watching.
I
What do
can't believe
y'all,
it, man.
man? Y'all people must be crazy.
They know we're fools.
Could not get past which Mario Brothers,
Oh,
Joaquin? Are you talking
dude.
about the first Mario Brothers, or are you talking about the Super Mario Brothers?
Wait
Because
up.
the
What's
first,
what's your favorite Mario game? I need to make sure we're on the same level. There's
so
there's 2
dude,
options you could say that are acceptable to me.
I'm gonna be honest, very honest with you. Okay, I never really played the Nintendo 64 version,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna have to go way back. The one that I spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars on quarters on was
The original?
Super Super Mario Brothers, the first one.
Yeah.
Before that, the original Mario Brothers, and beat both of them. I could beat both of them all the time, but Super Mario Brothers is probably my favorite. And I never got into the what was it, Super Mario 2 and
Yeah.
the NES had. I think it came
Yeah.
out on the Super NES.
Yeah,
But
the
yeah, it was
Super
Super Mario 2. Super
Su
Mario. Sorry.
Su Super Mario 3 is my favorite of all time. That was on the Super Nintendo, but the only other acceptable answer is, Super Mario World.
Yeah, see, I didn't get into that one.
Yeah.
Cruising USA. That's what is the one where it had the 3D where you actually went through and did loops and stuff? Do y'all remember that one? That's the one you got in. It's like 50 cents or might even been $1. That wasn't Cruising
That
USA. It was something else. It
but
was
they had different things USA too as well. Are you talking about the one that was jet skis or the one that's cars?
now this one was a car, and you were racing against other cars, but you could cut across the track, and there was a place where you actually went and did a loop-de-loop, and you had to jump, but you had to jump at the right spot because if you went too far, you would do a nosedive. You had to land
Yeah.
flat. It was very polygony looking, very triangular looking. It was something. It wasn't Cruising USA, but it was something. I'm gonna have to go back and find that game. But that was a lot of fun. But I don't think it'd be fun to play on a joystick because it was fun with a steering wheel in the arcade.
Yeah. And I worked at an arcade. It's like it's like my second or third job, and we had some cool games there. We had like a bicycle where you were like floating. I want to say it wasn't balloon, is balloon something. It was kind of fun.
Donkey Kong, of course. I never got into Wrecking Crew. I don't know about that one.
No,
Outrun.
I don't remember
Outrun
that
was
one.
good.
Oh my
Outrun
gosh,
was.
Oregon Trail.
Oh
You've
no,
died.
you going way back, Boban. You going back to like Tom Hanks.
Played those on the Apple II.
I got one nobody said.
What?
RC Pro-Am.
Oh, dude, that game was dope.
That was
game
the
was dope.
bomb
Yeah.
diggity. Sonic the Hedgehog was good too in the Genesis, the original Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, for sure,
Cruising,
man.
Centipede, Asteroids. Man, we could go on all night. I know Rob's
Yeah.
probably not even eaten dinner yet, so guys, we probably need to let him go.
All right, man.
All right, guys. Thank y'all for hanging out and joining with us
Yeah.
and indulging in our old
I can't
school
believe
BMX.
You guys are the true heroes because we sit here and talked about nonsense for 30 something minutes and almost all of you stayed here. So we
It
love
was
you.
lots of fun. We do appreciate y'all hanging
Yeah.
out with us and engaging in the chat. It does mean a lot to us. Thank you.
Yeah.
And we will catch you guys next week. So y'all have a good one. Thanks again.
Yep. Later.
Peace out.